What's up, guys? Episode 3 of It's All Love. I'm here with my brother Oscar.
What's up, bro? How you
It's
doing?
All Love is brought to you and sponsored by absolutely nobody.
By us.
But we gonna get sponsors one day.
We are.
If you guys are wondering whose intro music this is, we're using a new intro beat. It's my good friend Steven Martinez. He's a producer out of Palmdale, LA. He goes by Naive XO, so thank you for letting us use your music.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Check him out. He's really good. He got some beats. He got some music. He's fire.
Awesome.
I wanted to start with National Nurse Day. Yesterday was National Nurse Day.
Yeah.
Big thank you to everybody. Going to work every day, putting your life on the line, doing this dangerous work with this pandemic going on.
Yep.
Everybody appreciates it. We're all behind you, and it's big ups to you guys. You guys are the real heroes.
Yeah, thank you very much, all nurses out there. We appreciate what you guys do and putting your life in the line.
Definitely.
For everything that's going on right now. And even before even the coronavirus, just, there's so many things that can go wrong, and you guys are putting your lives ahead. So thank you very much, nurses.
Yep. UFC. Tomorrow. Today's Friday. It's May 8th. We might have this out by tomorrow, the day of.
Right.
So
the 9th.
Yeah.
9th.
They're gonna have their UFC fight. How do you feel about that?
That's kind of crazy, man. I know that even though they're testing, all the fighters, but dude,
it seems like premature. Like it's not.
It's too early.
It's inorganic. Like it's not.
I think it's too early.
It just doesn't seem right. And then the first, I forgot what his name was.
I believe it's Ferguson and
No, they tested one guy and he got the virus. He tested positive.
Oh really?
Yeah. I didn't get his name. I just saw it. But anyways, it doesn't seem right to me. Like
it doesn't.
It seems so premature. It doesn't. I don't think anybody's ready for sports right now.
As much as everybody wants to see the sport, but
you got to think of people's health, and it's not just the fighters. You got people on camera. You got people, refs, people commentating, all, and it doesn't seem right.
I don't know how Florida is doing right now, because it's going to be in Jacksonville, Florida. So I don't know what their rates are. But still, to put to put the fight out there and put everybody in danger, it's kind of crazy. If one tested positive, who knows who was around that guy, and if anybody else will test positive. Who knows if they're doing tests tomorrow to just kind of see if anybody else has it or whatnot. But that is crazy.
And they're still doing the fight. They're just canceling that match or whatever. So they still have 3 or 4 other fights going on. Like you said, as much as we want to see sports happen, I think it should be happening in good timing when this is under control or we're seeing some type of progress. We are seeing progress, but major progress to the point where like everybody feels safe, and it's like the NBA was talking about starting, but even then it's like the earliest is June. To a month and a half, 2 months from now, and I don't know. It's just.
Even that is kind of sketchy. I think one of the managers said that even though the guy that comes on the show, he's a billionaire.
Mark Cuban.
What did he say?
Oh yeah, exactly. That was a good thing you bring that up, because like you said, everybody's opening their facilities, but Mark Cuban said he's not at all. And to me, that's tough to do as an owner,
right? But
it's very brave of him. It's like he said, the way businesses handle this pandemic is a reflection of how they're going to be seen in 10 to 15 years. Like, and he's one of the wealthiest owners out there.
Right. And
if he's doing it, I feel like the other franchises should follow in his footsteps. He's being smart about it. He's not risking anything. He's not pulling the trigger too fast, and
right. He's not just looking at the money wise. Exactly. He's also looking at his players and saying, "Hey, you know what? This is not safe. I don't feel safe."
He's covering all his employees, full time, part time. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
It should be a good example for everybody out there.
So big ups to him as well for doing that and saying, "Hey, you know what?
Just because everybody else is doing it doesn't mean we're not gonna be like everybody else. We're gonna take care of our players. We're gonna take care of our workers. We're gonna show them what type of franchise we are, and that's amazing. Yeah. That's very admirable.
That is pretty cool. That is very amazing. Other than that, Metta World Peace, who known as Ron Artest, changed his name again. I guess he got married, so now he changed his name to Metta Sandiford. Artest. It's like, man, that guy is something else.
It's cool though. He's a good guy though. I mean, from what I've seen,
he changes his name like he changes a diaper.
He's a crazy guy. That's cool though. I mean, to have that type of confidence, change your last name. I want to change my last name.
Why would you change your last name to?
I don't know.
Your whole name.
Nah, I wouldn't change my whole name. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe mostly my last name. That would be cool.
Yeah.
David Flame or something.
David Flame.
Imagine like David Flame right here.
David Flame. That sounds pretty sick.
That's a nice ring to it. But yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
To have that confidence, that's cool.
Sick name that nobody has. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Going back, now touching something on NFL, I know the Prescott still is waiting to get some type of contract with the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I think he's asking for $31 million. I mean, Prescott was number 135th pick in 2016, and now if we were to do the picks now, I think he would probably be number first round pick. I mean, and for them not to still not give him what he's asking for. I mean, I think as time goes by, he's probably gonna see how valuable he is, and he's gonna want more money. So I mean, I think it's kind of dumb for the Cowboys to keep on holding on until, because I think they have till July or June, I think.
Yeah, something like that
to come out with a contract for him. So I mean, man,
I don't think that's gonna end good at all. Even if they get the contract done, like, you have that doubt, like, like you're thinking like, oh, my franchise didn't believe in me right away to give me the money that I wanted.
Right.
And it's like you're kind of losing confidence, and sports is all about confidence. The more confidence you have, the more better you're gonna play. I don't think that he's gonna, like, your team doesn't believe in you. Your team doesn't believe you're that much money, and I just think he goes somewhere else. Honestly, if not this season, next season. I think he holds out this season a little, and he gets some little contract, and then he goes and looks elsewhere.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, they signed Dalton, and I think that was the end of it right there.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if they got a contract done, honestly, because that's terrible.
I mean, I don't know what they're thinking and why they're waiting so long for him, for him to get paid. I mean,
and they have a good ass team. Like, they have a contending team to win the Super Bowl.
I'm sure it takes a while for all the team members to get a chemistry and connection with the quarterback and how he plays. So now they bring another quarterback, Dalton, and I'm not saying that he's not a good quarterback, but it's like, the chemistry was already there going.
They had some time with him, and,
right? Yeah. They know how he throws, and even he knows how his play. What player he can throw it to at what time, and how he runs and all that stuff. So I mean, it's all, I guess, fundamentals. I don't know if that's the right word.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy. I mean, the NFL did announce their full schedule. I mean, who are you eager to see?
Honestly, well, like I said, I'm a Steelers fan, so obviously I'm gonna look forward to watching the Steelers. I want to go to the winter of the game. I haven't seen the schedule yet. Hopefully they play in LA. I'd like to go see them play. But other than the Steelers, I'm really excited to see I think everybody is the Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers.
They got Brady. Yeah. They got Gronk. They're both. They have stuff to prove, and it's like they already had a good offensive line. So you bring in what they needed, the quarterback, and they have these good receivers. Good, I think his name's Goodwin. I'm not really a football guy, but I know some. They're just. I'm really excited to see them. I want to see if they get it done, or, Tom Brady is what they say, like he's washed, or if he really still has that magic in him. Where, like you said, he's proven a point leaving the Patriots.
Right.
I think everybody's excited to see what he could do outside of that system, because it's such a well-fit system where everybody plays their role. I mean, there's no flashiness, So now he's going to a team where it's kind of like a regular team where it's more loose. You could do a little bit more out of the coaches, what the coach wants. So I think that's pretty exciting and scary for the league too.
Yeah.
Because it's like you have Tom Brady, having a little bit more fun with the ball.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then Gronk, he's a top 5 tight end in the league. You have him coming back off 2 years. that's gonna be fun to see. That's pretty connection. I want to see if they make the playoffs or not.
Yeah, I know that.
Definitely Buccaneers.
Yeah, I know that also the Rams they've been pretty close to to making it, and I know that their first game is actually on September 13th, which is when the football starts, and they're going to be playing against the Dallas Cowboys, and they're going to be playing out here in LA at their new stadium, the SoFi Stadium, which I know being in the field in an electrical field, I know that there's a big demand right now. I think they're working like 7/12s, and I think they're even thinking about working around the clock just to get the stadium like done in time for the game. I know that there's like shops and hotels around the stadium because it's a big land that they bought, but I know that maybe that might not be done. But I know that the stadium has to be probably 100%. I mean, for them to even say, "Hey, we're gonna be playing at the stadium," that's big. That's a big push.
And the same thing is like premature. It's like you're rushed, but it's like sports is all money, you know. So I mean, what can you do? But it's like at the same time, like it's the same thing. Workers, you got people working around the clock during this pandemic, and it just seems rushed.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how would you feel? You work in that field. Imagine they have you around the clock in a big city.
Yeah.
Where people. There's always people on the street.
I mean, you get burnt out. I mean, I've worked, 6/10s, and after like a week or two, you get burnt out. And imagine these guys working 7/12s. I mean, man, you get burnt out. It's not like we're sitting on a chair or all the trades, not just electricians, but you got plumbers, you got drywall, you got all the trades out there and working, 7/12s. I mean, it's tough. I mean, they're burnt out. You get burnt out pretty quick after doing so much of that. But your Steelers are actually playing for Thanksgiving against who are they playing? I forget, the Giants.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a good game.
That's gonna be good.
That's gonna be pretty cool.
Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. I think it is my favorite holiday. So I'm gonna be eating, watching the Steelers play. Watch us get that dub. That's gonna be a good ass day. I can't wait. Hopefully they still have. We can still play. Hopefully, I mean, the season starts when they say it did. They didn't push it back or nothing.
They haven't. Yeah.
So that's good news. But
I know that they left a little wiggle room just in case it does affect it. I think they left a little wiggle room so that they can.
They like pushed it back a little.
I'm not sure if they pushed it back, but I think they left like some room, like weeks or something, or like the bye weeks, I think it is, or something like that. Yeah. I'm not sure how they're gonna structure that or how they structured it, but it's crazy. It's crazy. I have been watching The Last Dance. I think I'm in episode 5 right now, and what really has caught my attention is the whole Scottie Pippen thing, and how he was the underpaid player. I mean, his stats, dude, he was second in scoring, which the first obviously is Michael Jordan because he was the big one, and then he was first in assists, he was first in steals, and I mean, dude, that guy is sick, dude. I was looking at him, I mean, I was like, man, that guy, like, a lot of people say, oh, well, he was just like a back image of Jordan, but I mean, Jordan himself said it that he couldn't do it without him.
Exactly. I mean, no, and imagine if Scottie Pippen had his own team. You know, imagine if he never had a Michael.
Right.
Like what kind of player we would have seen. And
I mean, and it showed when he stopped playing because I think he had his surgery and they were losing and Jordan was frustrated because they kept losing and and they had what's his name Rodman and he's like a tough player and he kind of was messing around a lot, and then Jordan said, hey dude, I need you to step up to the plate and kind of take Pippen's spot and like help me out because dude, we're not gonna make it. And he stepped in and they started winning again because of him.
But it's like you said, but look what you have to do to get, like, just because you're missing that one player,
right? I mean,
he was definitely underappreciated.
He was underappreciated. Like he was
undervalued money wise too.
Right.
But that whole situation is just bad. Like
it is.
I mean, how would you feel? Like you're the second leading scorer or second best player on your team, winning all these rings, and you're held onto a contract that you signed 5-6 years ago, and it's like you can't restructure that. Like, come on now, like, which is normal in sports, but
And I mean, I kind of understand. I kind of understand Pippen's point too, where he said, I just said, hey, I'm gonna grab this contract because I need to take care of business. I mean, I think he had a sick dad and a brother.
Yeah, they both paralyzed.
They were both paralyzed, so he was looking more into like longevity. Hey, I need to get this money before they say, hey, all right. Instead of giving you 19 million or whatever it was his deal, we're gonna give you 10 million instead. So he was like, hey, no, I'm gonna catch this while it is right now and then take care of my family. So that was, I think, his mentality. And as the season went on, he was like, wait a minute,
I should be
getting paid a lot more. I mean, Jordan was asking for like 36 million, and I was like, it's crazy. So I mean, I understand, and I mean, he was.
But seeing that comes with the GM, like, it's like in sports, restructuring your contract isn't something like crazy, like,
so it's not set in stone. You can break that.
Like it happens, like it's not something crazy. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's something where it makes sense, and that obviously would make sense. But it's like the GM, he's very prideful and all that. He's once you finish your contract, don't come bothering me like to restructure nothing. And like he's your second best player. Come on now, he's making little next to nothing for what he was doing on the court.
Yeah,
like. And then his agent too. His agent should go to jail for like 10.
I mean, this guy was the 5th pick. When he was the first round and he was the 5th pick off of it. So I mean, dude, like he should have. They should have given him what he wanted. I mean, not wanted, but given him more and be like, hey,
or like I'm gonna compromise.
Throw you, like here, I'm gonna throw you a bone because you do. You're like, exactly. You're turning it up. I mean, it's like Batman and Robin. Jordan was Batman, and Pippen was Robin. So it's like every team kind of has like a Batman and Robin. It's kind of like the Lakers. There was Kobe and Shaq, and then what's his name? LeBron and Dwayne Wade with the Heat. I mean, you have those star players. I mean,
and none of those second players were making $3 million a year.
Right.
Everybody was making, their money's worth.
Their money's worth. I mean,
crazy.
Yeah. So it's crazy. I mean, also like who's your team? What's it called? OKC. They have a Batman and Robin, don't they?
Right now, I wouldn't say Batman and Robin.
Oh, they had a
Batman. They had like Westbrook and Durant.
Right.
Durant was Batman.
Right.
Westbrook was Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
I mean, who do you think right now it's a Batman and Robin
the best?
Right now, currently.
The best, I would probably say the Lakers. They have LeBron and Davis. And the reason I say that is because when I think of like Batman and Robin, I think of players that like they're good on their respective teams. They both are, but if you were to put them on another team, they're still gonna put up the same numbers. They're still gonna carry the team. A lot of players they're like good because of who they're playing with. You get what I'm saying? Right. So like if they come onto another team where it's their team, where they're the center of the offense, everything goes through them. I don't think they do the same. But yeah, I'd probably say LeBron and Anthony Davis because if you put them on any team, they're gonna do their thing regardless.
They're gonna succeed regardless of what whoever's the situation on the court.
Is. They're gonna put their numbers up. They're Batman and Robin.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Speaking of that, Durant, I know that he's injured, and there's like rumors of him coming back. I feel that he shouldn't come back yet, not to risk it. I mean, I know that there's possibly like 20 games left in the season if the season does continue, but then there's playoffs, and I mean. It's kind of like when Kobe came back and he hurt himself and then he had to sit out. I mean, I personally think that he should just wait until he's fully recovered because I know he started hitting the gym and, doing some shots here and there. But I just feel like, dude, why risk it? Why risk it? Just wait till the next season. Come already, healthy and you're good. I mean.
And this is where it's like, where it's a definite no for me personally because, I mean, they're 8 seed, 7 seed, right? So they're gonna have to play a good team every round because you're the last team, so you're gonna get the top.
Oh, so you're gonna get the number one. Okay.
So it's like you're gonna risk. You're not even like in position to like knock somebody out. So if they were like 3rd or 4th seed without him and they got him, I feel like you should try because it's like you're so close. And if you had him during that season, you'd be with the top team, so you'd be able to compete, obviously. But if you're 8th, like you're gonna be playing the Bucks first round. It's high intensity and all that. You got a tough defensive team, and it's like it just doesn't seem worth it for me. You haven't touched the court at all. You're worth millions. you know. And then you have next season, like Kyrie's not even playing. Both of you guys come back next season healthy, and I think that's the organic way to do it, the right way to do it. Because I honestly see no point. Everybody sees no point. I don't know why this is even a conversation. You know, that's just dumb to me.
That is kind of crazy. Yeah. Anything else you got on the NBA? Or NFL?
Well, they were talking about that today, about opening up again. They like I said, they opened up the facilities and all that. I know they were talking about having it either in Florida or Las Vegas. But they're not. I know the commissioner isn't rushed to do anything. He said as late as June that they make a decision. And same thing, the training camp takes the minimum 30 days to get, you know, your body ready to take all that. And I don't know. Sorry. Watching shows and, like, you know, NBA TV and stuff like that, people are saying, like, there's definitely going to be an ending to the season. Like, that someone's going to be a winner. We are going to come back.
So regardless if, let's say, they don't finish the 20-game season but start the playoffs now?
Yeah.
But would that even be fair though, to even start playoffs now from where?
That's the thing though. See, because isn't
there like teams that are kind of close to
exactly, you know? Too. But it's like you said, like it's just the situation we're in. Like Adam Silver called it, like the greatest challenge of our lifetime. Like, you know, because it's like a lot of things are unfair and it just sucks.
Yeah,
but, I think everybody wants to play or see them play at least, because I know teams, players that aren't even in playoff contention, you know, they still wanted to come back just to watch, you know, for the hell of it, who's gonna win it, you know?
Yeah.
And it just sucks.
I mean, I know that they open up some gyms, so some teams are having the opportunity to go.
Yeah, I know play. The Cavs did for sure. I've seen the Magic. They were talking about the Lakers too.
But that's kind of unfair for the teams that are still practicing to stay at home, because they're not getting to practice, and then they have, you know, they got other teams who are, you know, practicing and then they're not. So that's kind of a little bit of a
advantage, kind of
advantage and disadvantage for, you know.
So it's like you said, it goes with your franchise, like, because it's not like the NBA didn't say, hey, it's like everybody open, get ready. It's more of the franchise type thing where they're like, okay, we might be going, so it's more of an owner decision, you know, like, okay, let's open it up to them so they could get ready. But like you said, it could be unfair. But even when they're in there, I don't think at least today, I don't think anybody was like training like crazy. I think it was just more to get shots up and just get more, like, you know, to actually touch a basketball. I know some players, they're always saying like, oh, we haven't touched the basketball since that last day of the season because they don't have courts at home and stuff like that. And I know it's 4 training at a time.
For guys?
Yeah. So you can't more than 4. You can't you can't be together and stuff.
And
like
how many guys are usually in a court? Like from
like videos I've seen.
No, like when you're playing basketball, how many guys are on the court? Is it 5 players?
Yeah, it's 5 and 5. 5 versus 5. Yeah.
Okay. So then they're missing. So like if let's say the stars were to play, they're still missing a player because you only 4 people are allowed to train.
Yeah. That's like you said. It was just more to like get comfortable and get back to that field.
Get the feeling again of the ball.
But I mean, I don't know. It sounds good. Like, it sounds like it's coming back. Hopefully it does, but all in good timing.
But even that, I think, even though that the president said, "Hey, we're coming back. We're opening in sections," and everybody's like, "Yeah, you know, that's cool. You know, I'm sick and tired of being home." But I mean, I think, at my point of view, I mean that's kind of selfish of the president or the governor, you know, even though our economy is it's hurting, but I think they're looking at it more as, you know, money wise. Money wise. They're not really looking at it as health wise. You know, that's what we were talking about Mark Cuban. You know, he's worried about his players. Mm-hmm. Same thing with government or, you know, the politicians or whoever is lifting these things. They should be the ones that say, hey, you know what? I think we should still, you know, hold off a little bit more. I mean, I think China, they rushed into it. They said, "Oh yeah, we got no more cases,"
and they got another wave.
And then they got another wave. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I don't know. Who knows if that's gonna happen to us too? We're rushing into things and saying, "Hey, I know that people are frustrated. Trust me, you know, my kids, my wife, and our family members. Everybody's frustrated because they all want to see each other and you know, hug each other. I mean, our nephew, I mean, dude, he's growing up, and I just hear him talking on the phone or watching him on the video, and when I now I'm like, dude, I actually want to see the kid, because he sounds bigger now, and he's like more curious. I'm like, dude, like I want to see him, and I know it's frustrating, but I just think we still need to
all in good timing,
all in good timing, slow down. I mean, you got these people out here in Huntington Beach protesting.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I mean, it's us as people, like we have to understand. Like to listen, because a lot of places they're just like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Like I'm gonna go out regardless. Like, or people could say like it's fake and whatever you think. I mean, at the end of the day, we gotta trust our leaders,
Yeah.
And that comes with it too.
I mean, I know they say America's, it's a place of freedom and you can do whatever you want, but at the same time, I mean, they could come and say, and there's a law, I think, I forgot what law it is, where they send like the army and they take away everything and they tell you when to come out and when not to come out.
I think it's martial law, right?
I think is it martial law? I think something like that. I mean,
I'm not big on politics and all that, but
I mean, that's crazy. If somebody wants to tell you, hey, you can't come out, like, what do you mean I can't come out? Then you start, shoot you or prison. It's like, man,
it doesn't have to get to that.
It doesn't have to get to that. It's crazy, but
it's like you said, we're all frustrated, and that comes with another thing. My friend asked me, shout out Michael, he's a good friend of mine. He said, what advice would you give to people right now during this hard time and through the struggle? What would you? Because I'm an energy guy, I'm a peaceful guy. What type of advice would you give to them? And I mean, honestly, it's just always look at the positive, even when there's negative. My whole life, that's my mentality. No matter what you're going through, you just have to pull through. You have to think positive, put yourself in a good place. Your mind controls everything. So if you have your mind under control, you have your life under control. Mm-hmm. It's everything. If like I said, if you have your mind in control, good things will happen. If you think good things will happen. And it's hard. It's tough, but I mean that's the only advice I know. I'm not, this freaking wisdomist guy or whatever. Right. But I mean that's just me personally. Everybody's going through a tough time. I just think we have to stick together. Like you said, we have family. There are ways that we can get through this. Mm-hmm.
It's tough. It's kind of like, if you had family, let's say, in another state, another country, I mean, you can't go visit them,
Yeah. I mean, we can't even visit my sister 30 minutes away, and it's tough. Like, tough. She's pregnant. We want to see her. We want to see our nephews and everybody, and it's just hard. But I mean, everybody's going through it. Yeah,
I think it's safe to say, stay home. Do your thing. Maybe get a new
hobby.
Something like cutting wood or building something in your garage. Get a new hobby. Start. Maybe your job that you had before, maybe you didn't like it, and now you're like, maybe I should choose something different, and start reading
start planning
and start looking into maybe a new career. Because
I mean, this is how this came about too. Because I mean, we were doing nothing, and I'm bored, you're bored. Right. Let's do a podcast. All right, next day we did it.
Exactly, yeah. And I think that was one of his questions too, right?
He said, he asked me, what advice would you give somebody trying to get into the same thing that we're doing, a podcast, obviously. That was actually flattering because, I mean, we're just doing this out the blue. It's not like we've been doing this for years and we have a platform or anything like that. But that was really cool. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
I think the advice I would give people, especially my age, just not give a damn what people think.
Just go for it.
Yeah, it's like my mentality is I'm not going to let anybody stop me from doing something because of the way it'll make me look. Mm-hmm. I know who I am, and if it doesn't work, hey, that's cool.
You gave it a try.
Yeah, I gave it a try. I know what would happen if I did that. Mm-hmm. If I don't, I mean, who knows? Let's say we blow up, and I never had the courage to try it. We wouldn't be there. I'm pretty sure everybody that started something out of the blue, mm-hmm. not out of the blue, but something that wasn't like at the top, they started at the bottom, and they tried it, and they succeeded. So who knows? Like, I'm always gonna be someone that's not gonna care about what anybody thinks, and that's why I think I have a lot of confidence with this. I know I started a clothing brand. I want to do photography too, but it's just little steps like that. Just not giving a damn what anybody thinks. It's you. It's your life. A lot of the people that are hating on that stuff is because they can't do it themselves, and it's not like, you know, I'm not trying to sound like arrogant or stuff like that, but it's true. Like, some people just naturally get mad because they don't have the courage to do it. You know what I'm saying? So.
And those people that, you know, they get mad or start kind of hating on you is
they got lucky or something like that.
Yeah,
but it takes a lot. Like it takes a lot of courage just to talk. I mean, and it's not like we get thousands of views. I mean, we got like a couple hundred on our first video, but it's still hard, you know. It's still hard putting yourself out there. But it's like I said, and it's not just podcasting. It's with anything. Like, if you have the courage and you just don't give a damn what anybody thinks, you could do anything. Honestly.
And then it starts little connections, you know, like the guy who gave us the beats, you know.
Exactly. That's a big up, because I feel like a lot of people are prideful, you know, they don't want to share their platforms and stuff like that. But it was cool. Like, I honestly admire that he hit me up, you know, hey, I have some beats, would you like to use them?
Exactly.
I would love to. Anybody, you know, producing or photography or even video. I mean, we're recording with a camera.
We're recording with a cell phone.
We're recording with a cell phone. If you want to work, I honestly have no problem with that. That's honestly amazing to me that you want to share your craft with us, and that's big ups to everybody.
You know, and it's all about, you know, communication and spreading stuff out. I mean, if I know something and that you don't know, hey dude, I can you know, let you do this, you know, or you know, help each other, like you said, help each other. I mean, you know, we're not all good at something. Everybody has something that they're good at, you know. So then you put all those pieces together and, you know, you make one. I mean, you know, so I mean, so it's big ups to that too. So we appreciate all the love that we've been getting. I mean, dude, just to have, you know, 10, 20 views on YouTube, it's crazy. I'm always looking at the stats online just to see how many listeners we have. I think there's our podcast was listened somewhere outside of the U.S. It's crazy, and it's mind blowing. It's just exciting, and it just makes motivates to want to do it even more. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun to be able to do that. So if you guys want to do a podcast, dude, by all means, dude, go for it. It's fun. It's nerve wracking, but I mean, at the end,
once you get like the first couple minutes, it's really cool.
It's like now we kind of want to do it every day, and we're like, all right, let's do it every day. But man, if we did it every day, I think we would run out of topics.
Exactly. But yeah, big shout out to Mike. Thank you for
Mike,
asking that question.
Yeah, and like we said, you know, if you guys have any other questions, please don't hesitate to write them down on YouTube
or DM me,
or send them a DM, and, you know, say, hey, can you answer this question or why not? It doesn't have to be about sports. Could be about anything. You know, like we said, it's all love. It's an open kind of mic. We talk about whatever's on our mind, whatever we've seen on TV, whatever we've read. That's what we kind of speak about. And, you know, if you guys have a topic in mind, dude, shoot it to us, and we'll be happy to talk about it.
Or come on the show, man.
Or come on the show and say, hey, you know what?
We're still waiting on our first guest.
We're still waiting on our first guest. We got a couple people that, you know, we have in mind. We still haven't asked, but, dude, like, you know,
don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Let's get a list going on, and, dude, it's all love. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Do you want to touch on something?
Let me see. I've been kind of trying to hear that show. It's all smoke.
It's all the smoke.
Yeah. It's just, dude. Sometimes it's just time. Just, dude, it's crazy. But I think I was catching a little bit about somebody came on the show and he was kind of going crazy. What's his name? The big guy that he's now with
the one I was watching?
Yeah.
Draymond
Green. How he was just going crazy and like just throwing everybody on blast.
He really brought the smoke that episode. It's like I told you, like those videos, the online ones, they were supposed to be like 30 minutes, 40 minutes just to check up on some people while we're in quarantine. He was a full 2 hours on that show. But yeah, that was the most interesting one because it was like he threw everybody under the bus. That's not normal, like for NBA players. But speaking of all the smoke, Matt Barnes, he actually I was gonna go, but I didn't wake up. He did a run today with. He invited like whoever wanted to come. A run in Encino, to honor the guy who was shot.
Okay.
I think his name's Mahmoud or something.
I haven't really actually followed up on that or even. I know that.
I just heard about it when he brought light to it. But yeah, that's big. He, like I said, he's a celebrity and he's just running with these like us people.
Yeah.
And he's normalizing himself and just that's big. That's a big gesture for him. I just always admire when people do something like that. Like when celebrities they normalize themselves, they treat themselves like they're human beings.
Right.
They're not above anybody, they're not under anybody, and they just deal with real world issues. And him and Steven Jackson do that, so that's big. That's actually why I like their podcast a lot.
Shout out to Matt Barnes.
It's not always just sports, Right. I know they had Sean King on there. He fights for like police brutality and all that. So it's like that's kind of like I said, what inspired this show. It's not just about sports; it's about everything. We could talk about anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, big ups to him. That was cool. I wish I would have went.
That would have been fun. If I would have known, I would have probably woke you up. Like, hey man, let's go.
It was an hour drive though, so I was like, yeah.
An hour drive. I'm sure now with not that much traffic, we probably got there a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
But yeah,
missed it.
Yeah, I missed it. How's everybody doing out there? How are you guys dealing with the quarantine? I mean, everybody. If you guys give a little input or how you're dealing, it might help somebody else who's dealing with that issue. You might, inspire somebody. Be like, hey, I never thought about that. Maybe I should do that now. Go on a run. I downloaded the Nike app to go run, thinking I was like, oh, maybe I couldn't go run, but man, I'm just too lazy sometimes to try to go run. I think
I tried working out last week. I ran for like 3 days, dead. And then after that, I was like, no.
I think it has to do with you don't have an accountability partner.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly. That's the thing with me is like I don't have anybody there to like push me. Right. And with me, I'm like, all right, I did enough. And then you don't have anybody like, nah, you can't do that. Just keep going.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Because like I played sports my whole life, and I never had issues. I have issues with running. I just don't. Like, I don't like running without a ball, like a basketball or soccer ball. But if I had a ball, I could run all day, Yeah. That's just me.
I think that's the problem because you're like, all right, I'm going to go run. Like, say you come home and you're like, all right, I'm going to go run at 6 o'clock. Then 6 o'clock gets here, like,
you don't have anybody to be like, get your ass up. Like,
exactly. If I had somebody be like, hey, we're going to run at 6 o'clock, comes knock on my door and says, hey, we're going to go run. I'm like, come on, dude, you just made me come over here for nothing. All right, let's go. And I think that's a big issue for myself. Yeah. I procrastinate, and then next thing I know, it's like the apps has been on my phone for the past probably 2 or 3 weeks and haven't even touched it.
That's funny.
But yeah.
Speaking of running and soccer, I wanted to touch on a question that my friend Victor had. He asked me. It was actually on the last podcast. He was on live, and I didn't see it. He had wrote it right when I was reading the comments. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to answer it on this one. He asked me, do you think U.S. players for soccer, do you think that they should be able to play in Europe, or they should be given that credibility to where they can compete in Europe? Because a lot of Europe teams, they don't really look at U.S. players, or when they go, it's a lot of times they're not getting playing time and stuff like that.
So kind of like Messi and all those like
those teams,
Barcelona teams,
or like England teams, like Chelsea, Arsenal, and stuff like that. Like a lot of U.S. players don't play out there, or especially the top tier teams. He asked me if I think they could compete. I think we can. Like it's a lot like what I brought up about like the AV and stuff like that, like just scouts and all that. I think they can play out there. It's just given the opportunity, or sometimes I feel like a lot of players, they just won't try it because they already know they're gonna get benched or put to the side, and they just stay in the U.S. or go to like smaller teams. And I don't know, I think it's just a mental thing, and I think that comes in like European teams too. It's like they just automatically assume that because we're American, we don't know how to play soccer. But yeah, I know Christian. I don't know how to say the name. Pulisic or something like that. No, yeah, he plays on Chelsea, and like I know Clint Dempsey. He used to play for Fulham. He played in England, and it's just we can do it. Like it's just We're getting better year by year. It's like basketball in Europe, you know. It's just like soccer is a European sport, you know. But I definitely think we can compete in Europe. It's just getting there, you know, process step by step and stuff like that. But,
and then speaking about the AV, you said that, you know, a lot of scouts don't go out there, but I know that we were actually talking off the air, and you said that there's somebody who actually it's got scouted to college or something like that. That somebody hit you up, DM'd you, and said, "Dude, and he lives in Utah." You were telling me.
Oh no! That was for baseball.
Oh, that was for baseball.
Yeah. A friend of mine.
But he lived in the AV.
Yeah, okay. He got scouted in high school. Yeah, and he got scouted in high school, and he plays in, I think it was Utah.
I think it was Utah, right?
Yeah, but he DM'd me. He was like, "Oh, I'd love to come on the show," and I was like, "Yeah, that's cool.
That'd be good to have."
Yeah, it's like I said, if you want to come on the show, especially if you're a college athlete, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. We'd love to get your feedback on stuff like that, like sports, especially and all that. That'd be really cool. But it's like I said, like don't be scared to hit us up to talk about the podcast or come on the podcast. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to stay on for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You know, we can have a short little session and then keep on going with our list of questions we have each other.
But yeah, I definitely think American players can compete in Europe. It's just a matter of when and time and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you want to touch on anything else?
I have any. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. Yeah. You?
Yeah, I think I'm done. It's just the whole. I'm curious to see how the UFC thing goes tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know that's gonna be a big event.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I just honestly all we can do is pray about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully no one gets the virus. Hopefully everybody's safe and they're taking the right precautions and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there anybody you want to shout out this episode?
Just shout out, the family for always being supportive and, always taking care of us regardless of what the issue is and, what time and anything like that. I mean, I know that this is tough. We're doing it from home, so we kind of got to get a quiet section and have everybody, go to their rooms and not make noise. So just shout out to, everybody in our household right now.
Yeah.
For doing that, and all our new fans that we have, all our subscribers, all the people who listen to our podcast, thank you very much. We appreciate it very, very much from our bottom of our hearts. It means a lot to us. I mean, dude, it's awesome that we have so much support that
I didn't think
people that I don't even probably know that are showing love and listening to it. And please, by all means, let us know what we can do better, what we can improvise. We're always open to suggestions. Hey, dude, maybe you guys should get a different mic so that you guys sound a little bit better, or I think this software is gonna work good for you guys. I mean, just thanks for all the support, and please, don't hesitate to let us know. I mean, we're not gonna say, he doesn't know what he's talking about, he doesn't even do a podcast. If you shoot it at us, we'll try it out. If it works for us, it works for us. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't hurt to let us know what we can do.
Yeah, like you said, I'd love to do that. I mean, I know in the AV we have a lot of people making music, making beats. So I mean, don't hesitate to hit me up. We'd love to have you on our podcast. We could help each other. You have a little fan base, we have a little fan base, stuff like that. So we'd love to do that. But shout out to everybody watching. Thank you for subscribing.
Thank you very much.
We just, like you said, it means a lot to have your support. And
it does.
Yeah, I think that's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's all love, baby.
Episode 3.
Episode 3.
It's all love.
It's all love.
All right.
Yep.